7529.
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today and get internet with a price for life. Keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability.
Unleashed.
Hi, everybody. Here we are. Yeah, the final hour of the show for the day. Hope you had to stay home. If you didn't, hope you're not sitting in traffic. You probably are.
It does look like the snow, at least here in St. Louis Park, the snow's letting up a little bit.
Yeah, the wind's supposed to get real greasy, though.
Yeah, but an hour or two ago, it was still snowing pretty hard. Now it looks like it's just kind of hanging on and maybe just blowing snow. It's hard to tell if it's even coming down or just blowing.
I think I can finally see across 394.
Exactly. So it looks like it's getting better. And again, it's only supposed to last a handful more hours, and then it's supposed to start getting warm. And by Tuesday, it's going to be 60 degrees and all gone. But today, drive safe.
And just have some 7th Avenue pizza and stay in your house. Right, Hogs?
That's right, babe. You got it. Hey, now's the time to get your kids ready for the time change because it's happening this weekend. Here's a University of Wisconsin professional professor saying one thing to try is something called bedtime fading.
It's the process of doing just short little 15-minute increments of going to bed earlier those few days before daylight savings. And so that those little small changes aren't as the big of a change as the hour clock moving forward.
It's going to throw Zach off for weeks.
I know. It's happening this weekend. Don't forget. Springing forward.
Which means my dad will call me on Friday and tell me, don't forget. I'll go, Dad, my phones change automatically.
Yeah.
This is the 15th straight year I've told you that. And he'll go, but it's tomorrow. Don't forget. Oh, speaking of my dad, I accidentally called him when my alarm went off the other day, because my phone is my alarm.
Yeah.
Accidentally called him super, super early. He happened to be up, so he answered.
Hello?
And it made me think of that. There's like a viral question on social media going like, if somebody said, I'll give you $1 million, but you have to call somebody right now and they have to pick up, who do you pick?
Oh.
Because my dad's probably the most likely to pick up, but he's only at like 70, 80%. Somebody's going to give you $1 million. You get to call one person and they have to pick up on the first call. Who do you call? Who's the most likely person in your phone to pick up? Got to be right. It's $1 million. Like, what is your wife 100%er? How often does she answer?
What?
Now she isn't because
of Lou?
She's holding him or, doing mom stuff.
So she would not be your answer?
No, 2.5 months ago, she'd be my answer.
Now who is? Lawyer Lambert? No?
He's normally tied up, right, Hawk?
Yeah, he can't.
Well, but I mean, if he picks up, though, even if he's mumbling, that still counts.
Why is he mumbling?
Well, he's got a GIMP mask on. But if he answers, it counts.
I mean, yeah, it would probably be my dad.
Parrish?
He can come to the phone.
Wow. What time of day?
I don't know.
Any
Can I
time
answer
of
for
day?
Parrish? It's my dad.
Yeah. No, who's picking up 100% of the time? Not most dialed.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I want to say Nikki, but yeah, if she's kind of doing something, might not be.
Mine's definitely not my wife because I'm like, answer your phone. I know you're by your phone. She avoids me.
I mean, I'm leaning towards my mom right now.
Oh, really? Chris, who do you got?
Maybe
I'd say Price Sartain.
Most likely?
She would most likely answer the phone.
but my buddy John Vollen, probably.
John's a good answer. Zacho, you got one that would win you the $1 million for sure or not?
I think so.
Who's that?
My buddy Chad.
Yeah, and the more you think about it, though, in today's world, I bet it's higher than you think with a lot of people because
Thanks,
if, like,
Creed.
Brilliant. If, like, you called me,
then you'd know something's
I'd
up.
answer. If Hawk called me, I'd be like, I have to answer this.
But like you said, it's the time of day.
My answer would be common.
But like you said, it's time of day. If it was between 11 in the morning and 1 p.m., I would never call you two because there's a chance you guys are sleeping.
Yeah.
If it's 4 or 5 o'clock at night, I might say you for the same reason you just said. Because I'm like, if I call Sauce at 4:30, he knows something's going down that because otherwise I would just text you.
Yeah.
You would almost assuredly pick up if I called you at 4:30.
It'd be about anybody from work, right?
Yep.
Like, yeah. If Hawk called me, I'd be like, oh boy, what happened?
That's a good answer. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think I would probably pick one of you two, but
Yeah.
not during 11 to 1 in
I'd go
the
with the
afternoon
edge.
or morning.
And I've got plenty of people on my emergency call list too. But just trying to think of 100% of the time.
Closest to 100%.
Man.
Who would you call if you won $1 million if they didn't answer? My guess, Hawkey.
No, for the same reason, right? Because he would pick up.
Yeah.
I
That'd
would
be Parrish.
I was going to say, I got to be high on that.
Parrish should be high on the
Parrish
list.
should send it right to voicemail.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Abbott?
Angie?
Brilliant.
I mean, honestly, there's a lot of... if I know Angie's home, I almost always would say she's the one that's not going to answer because she doesn't have her phone in her pocket. She just leaves it.
Yeah.
So my guess is if I know she's out and about, then she's going to answer the phone. But if she's at home, I don't think she's answering like 85% of the time.
Yeah.
You know who I would say? Probably, honestly, Lawyer Lambert.
Why is that?
To be most likely to pick up?
To not
pick up.
Because he'd crawl out from under the desk and go, "Why are you calling me? I'm right here."
I knew that was.
Oh, I think he's up there for me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Same reason?
Yeah.
Up where?
He's filthy.
All right, let's do a quick Van 5.
Oh, yeah.
I actually got a couple of things we haven't talked about at all. I'm not saying they're super interesting, but let's bring these up.
Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by Builders and Remodelers.
Hey, thanks, Builders and
Thank you,
Remodelers.
Builders and Remodelers.
Today, I guess, is the first round of the Big Ten tournament for the Gopher women. Is that accurate?
That's right.
Yeah.
They take on Washington at 2:30.
Yeah.
What a weird year for the Gopher women's basketball team. They started 16-1. They were ranked in the top 25 for the first time in what years? And now they're 4-9 in their last 13 games. And they finished 13th in the Big Ten in the regular season.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going the wrong way for Guernsey. So they're now 20-10, which is on paper a pretty good record, but not when you start 16-1. Right?
Yeah.
So they take on Washington today. The Gopher men host number 12, Wisconsin. The Drunken Scotties are the 12th ranked team in the country. That's a 7:30 game. The Drunken Scotties are 12-6 in the Big Ten. The Gophers are 7-11.
Wisconsin is a 7.5 point favorite.
The women can be heard on the Plus with Guardsy at 2:30, and the men tonight on the Fan.
Oh, man.
Greasy.
Wild beat the Kraken 4-3. They are at Vancouver Friday at 9 o'clock. Then they have a 7-game homestand, so they continue to be awesome on the road. 22-9-3 Parrish. This team just plays so much better, regardless of who's injured and who's not. They just seem to play so much better on the road than they do at the X. But that can't be the case over the next month when they're at the X almost the entire month of March.
Yeah, it's incredible. Most teams, it's the exact opposite kind of seasons. But yeah, for some reason on the road, they just settle into their game. Maybe they don't worry about putting on a show. Maybe they, as much as they put the pressure on themselves at home. But yeah, it's different people that step up. You know, Zuccarello and Gustafson. You know, they're ham and egg in the goaltending enough with Fleury and Gustafson. You know, to continue to keep their head above water here. It's going to be a tough final year 20-game stretch, but it's going to be nice to be at home, even though their record up to now doesn't show it. It's a great way to finish the season going into the playoffs, and hopefully the boys will continue to take advantage of it. And it truly is incredible how they continue to be competitive with the roster that they have and the injuries that they've been hit with.
You are electric.
High school hockey tournament today. You said
Let's
4
go.
games, right? And the first one's at 11 o'clock.
Yep, St. Cloud Cathedral, Matamidi.
Oh, man.
You know, the A's, it's pretty fairly even. You know,
Yes.
Cathedral is a bit of the favorite, but all the teams this year have kind of had a couple of head scratchers, I guess you can say, kind of losses. So, yeah, it'll be exciting to get to St. Cloud Cathedral, Matamidi right away. And then, of course, I'm looking forward to the Orono Northfield game, which will be a very, very good game. They played a very tight one earlier this year as well. And obviously, I'll be cheering on the Orono boys and, you know, especially that Ethan Pago kid.
Good call. All right. The Wolves won against the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers, again, don't have essentially anybody. Everybody's hurt. And Paul George just is not the same. But anyway, they won 126 to 112 over the Sixers. The Wolves are 34-29, and they are 7th in the West. They shot 45% from three.
Jeez.
That's how you do it. 18 of 40. 7 Wolves in double figures. All 5 starters were, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Dante DiVincenzo all over 10 points. Pretty good balance. Sauce your hands up.
One of the NFL rumors that is floating around, Diana Rossini, I think is her name. She tweeted that the Kansas City Chiefs are shopping Joe Thuney, their all-pro guard. He's 32. Does that do anything for you guys in the last year of his contract? Hogs?
Yes.
All right. Just wondering. Because they need guards.
Yeah.
Desperately.
Right.
And there aren't many available in free agency.
Yeah, I mean, we have to have a guard.
Yeah.
And I can't,
They
I don't
need
think
2 of them.
And we can't wait.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's got to be done.
He has a $26 million cap hit.
Let's go.
That could
It's
be
like $1
turned
an
around.
hour.
That's why we got money.
He's 32 years old. I would be all in for that. He played left tackle a lot for the Chiefs because they were so banged up on their offensive line.
I do this for Gertzy, who requested this. And is on his way, I'm sure, to do a hard job today. And it's that time of year. And he specifically asked me to play this. I have a text showing you right now.
I know what you're going to play.
Now let's head to the X for a high school hockey tournament update.
Well, let me make sure he's there. Hang on.
Oh,
I don't know
thought
if
he
he's
was there. Oh, he's not even ready yet? Zach, are you there yet? Did you find him?
I found him.
That's outstanding.
Hey, Zach, you there?
Sorry about that. Yeah, I was just in the press conference for Bruce Pland after their 6-5 victory over St. Cloud Cathedral, and they're obviously pretty happy. A heck of a hockey game, the second of 2 great games here at the X thus far. It sets up a Class A championship game tomorrow between Hermantown and Monticello Annandale Maple Lake. So, Guardsy, Barrero, it's going to be a
Why don't
great
you catch
game.
your breath?
Yeah.
Why don't you have a trio?
Zach, are you all right?
You did.
I literally sprinted across the Al Saber press box. here
Is there a medic at the XL Energy Center? Trio Orthopedic Center.
All right, we'll take over from here, and we'll get
Catch
back
your
to you a
breath.
little bit later. You catch your breath. We don't want,
I think I'm ready.
You think you're
I
ready
think I got
now? You think you
Yes,
can?
I think so.
All right, well, then.
you got a
hold
couple
on, if you're not,
by the way, I
don't.
got an echo in my ear if you could take that out.
He's got an echo is what he's going. Abbott. It's Abbott's fault he's got an echo, probably.
So good.
Gertzy loves that so much.
Gertzy loves that bit.
You actually did pretty good hiding it at first. But yeah, eventually it just kind of caught up with you.
Yeah, it sounded like you got more winded and more emotional the more you were
Correct,
talking.
yeah.
Strong start. Hey,
It's the worst, man.
It's hilarious.
I'm doing that on stage trying to sing, and you're like,
and you just can't.
Yeah.
And
your
that's
footing.
and again too. The you guys have done heard the echo in your ear.
Oh, yeah.
So I was hearing
I hate
myself like a half a second later. It was not
Yeah.
a good day, but it's funny.
All right, Parrish, you got high school hockey today at 11, but when we come back, a segment that the world cannot wait another second for.
I can't wait another second.
In a reaction to a list of the greatest bands of all time, according
yeah.
to Forbes. We said, hey, we should do that. We haven't done that in like 10 years on this show. We did it a long time ago. Let's see if our top 10 bands of all time changed. Now, again, this is not the public's top 10. This is our own personal top 10.
Personal.
You don't have to have the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin in the top 10 unless you like them that much. It's up to you guys. We'll do that after this on The Fan.
We know you're loving the new preset feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
So cool, thank you.
But did you know that you can make almost anything a preset? Your favorite local station, sure. But your favorite podcast, that amazing playlist you made for free, even iHeart stations you can't get on the radio, like Freeform Radio and Alternative Rewind.
That's a game changer.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as a tap to make a preset. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio.
Hey, it's Corey Cove here. Brand
customer with Wolf River Electric. And wow, I totally now get the benefits of solar. Wolf River Electric just turned on my solar system. And you wouldn't believe the savings that are coming my way. So do you want to get turned on? Go solar with Wolf River Electric. And mention you heard it from me, Corey Cove on KFAN, when you request a free quote at wolfriverelectric.com. And they'll give you $1,000 off your solar system. Turned on yet? Well, then visit wolfriverelectric.com today. That's wolfriverelectric.com.
Is your basement ready for the melt and spring rain? Standard Water Control is the waterproofing foundation repair and sump pump expert since 1977. Installation, service, and repair for all wet basement issues. Peace of mind starting at just $250. Visit standardwater.com for details. Standardwater.com.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce here, and as you look out your windows of your home, if you're like, man, is this winter ever going to stop? And you're like, wait, it's going to be in the 60s next week. Then you think to yourself, it's really cold out right now. If you have any issues with your windows, if they crack, if they have moisture on the inside of them, if they're just ugly and people are around the neighborhood are talking about them, get new windows from my friends at Window Nation. Window Nation is the absolute best. You get 2 free windows with every 2 you buy. Plus, you get 0 down and no payments or interest for 2 full years. The offer ends soon, so schedule your free estimate fast with my friends at Window Nation. The best part is if you have bad windows, they are causing probably your energy bills to go up. They're making your house look different. Get the best windows of all time from my friends at Window Nation. Call 866-90-NATION or visit them at windownation.com. You get 2 free windows for every 2 you buy, 0 down and no payments or interest for 2 years. That's 24 months. It's a long time. Get the best windows of all time.
651 Carpets Plus. We bring the showroom to you. Come on in. Here's how your free in-home estimate works. We bring you all the latest and greatest styles to complement your home. We use our state-of-the-art measuring system so we can give you the best price for your project on the spot. And we have thousands of products that you could have installed the next day. Call 651 Carpets Plus for your free in-home estimate.
Process, which can be pretty challenging and daunting. They know the ins and outs. They know all of it. And they're...
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today for an internet service monthly rate with peace of mind.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people...
Hurlburt Heating and Plumbing is the largest and most referred home services provider in western Wisconsin and is now providing service to the Twin Cities Metro. For over 65 years, we have provided plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical services and have earned over 4,000 5-star reviews in the process. Because at Hurlburt, our proudest moments are the ones that come after a handshake and a smile. We look forward to providing exceptional service near you. Hurlburt, here for you since 1959.
How it feels to have Quantum Fiber Internet. Your world unleashed. Learn more at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service in select locations only.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce here to tell you about my new friends at Elm Creek Brewing. They are a family-owned and local business making delicious beer for you and your family. Check out their tap room in Champlin, or you can find them at over 300 locations in town. If they don't have...
For Wenzel's Farm Meat Snacks by name. Or just roll into Quick Trip right now. Or you know what? Also, you could just go to wenzelsfarm.com. Do you know why? They're delicious. They're full of just great protein for you. I mean, honestly, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Do you have a good quality snack right now in your car as you're driving down the road going wherever you're going? I mean, you need to be able to make sure that you're not just putting those extra carbs in your body. You don't want those. You work out too hard. You work too hard. You don't want that. So grab yourself in the grab-and-go section at Quick Trip.
Bradshaw and Bryant
Thank you, Dan. You have some too, okay, buddy?
Online at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
It's a Power Trip snow day on the Fan.
It's another Wild Wednesday right here on KFAN, presented by Jim Beam, the official bourbon of the Minnesota Wild, and we've got your tickets to the game. Leave a talkback on our free iHeartRadio app, the new and improved free iHeartRadio app, with who you want to bring to the game, and we will pick a winner to see the Wild take on the Colorado Avalanche on the 11th. Good luck.
Wu is right. I wish I could play the songs that we're about to do in our music things.
Yeah.
We just talked about that during the commercial break, that we could, but then we'd have to cut it out of the podcast, and that completely defeats the purpose.
Defeats the purpose.
Yeah. So we'll just do it Absolutely silently.
Oh, perfect. This is on my top 10
This is
anyway.
for Glenn Taylor. That is for... never mind.
Don't do
Don't
it.
say it. Don't
Don't do
say
it.
it.
Don't do it.
I was going to say Greg Louganis. Give me a break.
Man. Nice. Good for you.
World-class diver, Greg Louganis.
We're going 10 through 1. We're
10
going
through
around
1.
the room. Everybody's going to say they're 10.
Oh.
Like they're number 10.
Sorry, Joe
Jeez.
Thuney was traded to the Bears.
Joe Thuney.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, that was quick.
They heard what Hawk had to say, and they're like,
Yeah,
we got to get him.
better get this done.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, everybody did this a little bit differently, right? Because, Chris, you tried to make it sound like the 10 that had the biggest impact
Yeah,
on you
that's right.
at any point in your life.
Right.
I truly tried to take this as in, like, Desert Island. These are my 10 favorite bands of all time right now. Like, if I only had these 10 bands for the rest of time, which 10 would I pick? So that's how I did it. Sauce?
I did it very similar, yeah.
Number 10.
Parrish, same, right? Kind of?
Yeah.
And Zach, you said...
that's exactly how I sent it.
And you said earlier you kind of did it based on your analytics.
Yes.
On what you've streamed the most in the last, 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
We're going around the
And
room.
I did is what annoyed my family the
Hey,
most.
quickly, before this, I just tried to do this, and mine wasn't hard, but if you could guess or know how many of the bands in your top 10 are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Because I just looked it up. I only have 2 that are in my 10 that are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And based on this list, my guess is maybe 1 or 2 more make it, and that's it. The other ones are not getting in.
I think, yeah, I have a pretty good number. I think mine's
Most?
6.
6 or so?
The majority of mine are, and the rest, of course, should.
Should be.
I would say 5 out of the 10 of mine either are or will be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
0.
You have not one artist that's in, and probably won't be in.
Well,
Won't be?
there's
one that I got to
There's
believe
potential.
that's
Yeah,
got a pretty good chance.
yes, with their number 1 hits.
Yeah,
And,
Rise, Moonshine.
All right.
Okay, number 10.
Number 10.
Mitsash, you go first.
My number 10 band of all time is the Grateful Dead. I love the Grateful Dead. They had to be in my top 10. American Beauty is an A+ album.
I didn't know you liked them that much.
I love the Grateful Dead, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Did
love
anybody
them.
else know that?
I did.
Yeah, I love
I
them.
did that.
Yeah.
I knew that.
I didn't know that.
Love the Grateful Dead. And that, yeah. They're just great. I love them.
Zach?
I didn't know you loved them that much. My number 10 is Millennium. Speaking of pot.
Is what now?
What the hell is that?
EDM.
Number 10.
Hawks Google.
But he did a song with I Prevail, I believe, and they kick ass. So he's
Oh, this is a person?
yes,
Okay.
the DJ technically.
Okay, got
It's
it.
a person.
Okay. Got it. My number 10 is Sunvolt. They have one record called Trace, which I make it a practice to listen to every time I go to a new country I've never been to before. I go for a walk or a run, and I listen to Trace by Sunvolt. It's one of my favorite records of all time. I never get tired of it. I just love it. Sunvolt
That's sweet.
is number 10.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Mark Parrish?
Again, I did my kind of top 10 favorite now, and mine definitely changed after a few years ago when I sobered up. So number 10 is Stained or anything Aaron Lewis does.
No kidding.
Solo. Oh, man,
right?
there's
Wow.
some, there's, when you go through rehab, what I did, there are some songs that just hit you right between the eyes. And man, there's Stained and Aaron Lewis. They've been seen through some stuff, and their stuff has gotten me through some hard times.
Well
so
said.
right now, Stained.
Nice.
My number 10 is one of the 2 bands that's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on my list, and it's also one of Chris's all-time favorite bands because they're such just a ray of sunshine. You referenced them earlier.
Mm-hmm.
They also influence another band that's later on my list. I freaking love Depeche Mode.
Oh, wow. Yeah, good. Yeah,
So
good one. Yeah.
Depeche Mode. If I had been born when Chris was born and hit Depeche Mode in my teenage years instead of because I found them when I was in 12, 13 range, right?
Yeah.
When I was 12, so 92 or 93, kind of right after they peaked. I think they would have been my all-time favorite band if I was Chris's age, but I found them a little bit late, so they're number 10 for me.
Gianna's
Number
already
9.
found them.
Yeah, they're excellent.
Yeah,
Depeche
she
Mode
loves
kicks
them.
ass.
Number 9.
Sauce?
My number 9 band on my top 10 list of all time is the band Sublime. Sublime is awesome. I love their first album. A lot of their music is excellent. They have about 35 great songs. Sublime is a band that if I was on a deserted island, I would need to listen to. I love Sublime.
What a good beach choice anyway.
Perfect.
Right?
Sublime's
Frozen
so
Margs and a campfire and Sublime.
So good.
Nice.
Let's
I
go.
love Sublime.
Maybe do yourself a favor too and try to stop listening to records and try to find a way off the island.
Yeah, I'm stuck there.
He's meat sauce.
Nobody wants me back.
Sauce.
Yeah.
This ain't so bad.
Plus, Corey and I are married on the island.
Wait, why am
We
I
have
on
a
the island
ceremony.
with you?
Because I got the idea from you.
Because he only had 3 wishes.
Yeah.
You got what idea from you?
That it was if we had to take him to a deserted island. So I'm running with it.
Oh my God!
I short circuited.
This is going to be a long life.
I've had a lot of caffeine.
Zach, number 9.
More EDM, the Chainsmokers. I just
Zach, here's the deal.
Yeah.
This is all subjective. All of our lists are laughable to somebody. There's no doubt because of our demo, you're going to get crapped on the
And
most.
you've already lost.
Which is
That's the
okay.
worst.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But
That's fine.
Like Brian Oak always says, you like what you like. You don't get to, you don't choose what you like, right? Your ears just hit you a certain way. You might hate our lists. Who knows? But if the Chainsmokers are in your top 10, then RIP to your comments and your mentions.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, good
It's your
for you.
taste, man.
Congratulations.
Like what you like.
Tastes fun.
Parrish, number 9.
My number 9 is Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band.
Oh, good
Just
one. Yeah.
forever, I can throw that on anytime, anywhere, and be happy.
Yep. Great pull.
Seeger.
Great pull. Great pull.
Okay, Chris.
Number 9 for me is the first band that I remember as a time in my life that was like my favorite band at the time. There were 2 summers when Rocket Club and then Chris Hockey Band were going full steam when Sugarland was on my playlist the entire time. And when I hear Sugarland today, I can still picture those moments and those times and the sun shining and the memories and being with my friends on the road, feeding the river. Sugarland, number 9 for me. I just love that band. There's not a record that doesn't have one of my favorite songs on it.
Right on.
Nice.
My number 9 is the newest band on my list, and I've seen them twice. They're unbelievably cool live, and their guitar bridges are about as cool as rock gets in the last decade. I went to Royal Blood, number 9.
Nice.
Yeah,
They're
good
such a
choice.
good freaking live band.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just 2 dudes that just absolutely shred. Never get tired of that band. Saucy.
Number 8.
My number 8 is Bob Dylan. I grew up listening to Bob Dylan because of my old man. Bob Dylan has amazing tunes, and Blood on the Tracks is an A+ album.
But you have yet to see the Chalamet movie.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
surprised.
it. Yeah, I'm waiting for it to be on streaming.
It's been on for quite some time.
Is it?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll maybe watch. Today's a good day to watch it. But yes, Bob Dylan.
for me, Halsey, number 8. I love Halsey.
Man,
She
Halsey's great.
Kicks ass. She's got a new album coming out soon. She's going on tour. Somerset Amphitheater. So.
Oof.
I like
that right?
Halsey.
No
She's
kidding.
headlining Somerset?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's great.
She's the best.
Good
Interesting.
choice, Zach.
Great singer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What a beaut.
My number 8 is Metallica.
Oh.
Did make your top 10.
What?
I said it did. They did make your top 10. We were
I'm
talking about
telling
that
you, the
earlier.
last like 3 or 4, the last 3 were all bubble, and I changed those 3 like 4 times until I finally had to get other stuff done last night. So I just text Zach.
Number 8 for me is a band that I can remember the chair I was sitting in the room I was in when I heard them for the first time. My cousin Dave moved from California, moved in with us because he was having trouble with gangs in California, and he lived with us for 2 years, and he brought some cassettes, and one cassette he brought scared the hell out of me, and it was Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil. And I will never forget hearing that for the very first time. Motley Crue ruled my teens. I just loved that band. Loved them.
Cruise in the news today, too. They had to push back their Vegas residency because Vince Neil needs a medical procedure, an undisclosed medical procedure. So bumping back the old Vegas residency.
I did not see that, but that is a great band.
They were one of the bubbles that I had trouble making a decision on.
My number 8 is, I think, the only band that I might overlap with Sauce on. Number 8 for me is Tool. And Sauce, you and I just talked about this about a week or so ago. When Tool misses, they miss by a mile, right? When they get really weird and they do some experimental 7-minute, they're like, I don't even get what they're doing here. Even their last album, Fear Inoculum, the song, is 1,000 out of 10. I freaking love it. The rest of the album, I'm like, I don't really get what they're doing here. But the top heavy songs, right?
A+.
Like the top of the list, like the top 10 Tool songs you could take against almost any other band because they're so good.
So good.
And those 10 or 12 songs is enough to put them in my top 10 of all time.
Well said.
Number 7.
Freaking Tool.
As I continue to roll with non-bands, my number 7 is Peter Gabriel. I love Peter Gabriel. He has so many good songs. A lot of them are just wonderful. I listen to Peter Gabriel like at least once a week. He's outstanding.
And of course, mine is
You're smiling like you're already defeated before you even say it.
The bottom. No, I mean, everybody knows this. British rock band. Say it with me. The Vamps.
I was going to say that.
Nobody's ever heard of them. Nobody will ever heard of them. But
I've heard of the Vamps.
I've listened to them enough that I had to put them in there. So
is it a relatively recent band or what?
10-ish years. It's like I said, they're not huge here, but I fell in love with them.
Number 7.
For me, this is kind of into the. I couldn't do a top 10 without these 7. Fell in love with them the first time I saw them at the. The blue. What's the stinking blues? Oh crap! The first time I saw them in Dallas, Texas,
House of Blues.
Zach, thank you. That one, House of Blues, Zach Brown Band.
Oh
Yeah,
man, no
man,
kidding.
yeah.
Incredible,
Saw 'em
like
at
just
House of Blues.
musicians. Yeah, when they like. It was early on, and I had not even really heard of them. I heard of Chicken Fried. I didn't know that was them, and I was just blown away. I mean, they covered Pearl Jam, they covered Metallica. I mean, they're just the musicians that they are, and yeah, the sound that they have, and they of course have some songs in there written by someone who's been through some stuff too. But yeah, Zach Brown Band with a bullet.
Number 7 for me is a band that probably wouldn't even come close to making anybody else's list, and that's completely cool. But there are so many songs that mean so much to me, records, songs, and a moment in my life when we found out that they were actually playing down the road from us. We were staying in a hotel in D.C., and they were having a concert, I don't know, 9 blocks from us at a tiny little venue. And we went down there, and there were about 35 people there, and we were standing in the front row to watch Tonic. I just freaking love the band Tonic. Song for song, song for song. One of my favorite bands all time.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Great memory.
My number 7 is a band I think I've seen 3 or 4 times live. One time with Saucy Saucerson over there, and I think Lauren Mayberry has one of the cleanest and crispest voices in rock in the last 20 years. Churches, number 7 on Ash Wednesday. Churches is an unbelievable band that I never get tired of. Sometimes they get a little too KDWB-ish for me. They get a little poppy.
Yeah.
But when they stay like kind of synth heavy and alternative synth, it's as good as it gets.
Perfect airplane music.
Well said.
Hot. Oh, yeah.
Churches
thanks,
kicks
Rosie.
ass.
There you go. Rosie likes it.
Yeah, well, Rosie doesn't know any better.
Yeah, he's never heard of them.
Yeah.
True.
My number 6 band
Number 6.
is one Corey mentioned already, but that would be Tool.
Pink Socks.
And Pink Socks.
God, you love Tool.
Tool's the best. They're awesome. I've seen them live a couple of times. I've seen them live with Parrish. I've seen them live with Hot Ass Randy. Tool is an awesome band, one of the best live bands going, and they have just slammers.
By the way, interesting thing that you just mentioned, I think most of us have said that the bands that we've loved we have seen live. I just realized out of my top 10 that Depeche Mode is the only one of the 10 that I've never seen live.
We had an opportunity and we didn't go.
No. But that's such a key thing to loving a band is having them be amazing in person, too.
Yeah.
That changes it.
There's only one that I never saw live.
There's only one that I've never seen live.
Yeah, that's how it goes. I think you have to fall in love with them live to really, 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 really love a band.
Amen.
I couldn't
And also
agree
with
more.
you.
Ash Wednesday, thank you.
And when I saw this guy live, I had to wait because they were using the men's room as a double women's bathroom until they cleared it out so I could go in there. My number 6 artist is Shawn Mendes. Great stuff.
Again, if you're not watching the stream, Zach is smiling after
Cheshire
he reveals
Cat.
every single name.
Good for him.
More wincing.
Yeah, it's all right. You like it. Who cares if anybody else likes
It's
it?
your short list.
It's your list.
It's not good, but
I mean,
it's
we're
yours.
all gonna rip it when the show's over.
Twitter's going to have a field day with
Yeah.
it, but it's your list. Who
Yeah, who
cares?
cares?
That's right.
My number 6. Thank you, Mom and Dad. From day one, I've loved this band. I still love them today. Queen.
Yeah.
Oh, Marnes.
Yeah.
So my guess is that's the band you have not seen live?
That's the one I have not seen live,
I
correct.
mean, unless you count the Queen with Adam Lambert.
I definitely would like to see that one, but no, I don't count that as seeing Queen because Freddie Mercury's arguably the greatest frontman of all time.
That'd have been pretty epic if mom and dad brought you to see Queen when you were like 6. That'd have been pretty awesome.
Been pretty sweet.
That would have been an amazing story if I was able to remember it.
Yep. Number 6 for me is a band where their live record number 2. They had a live record that was, everybody says, the greatest live record of all time or one of the best of all time. For me, it was their second edition of that. It was a double album. You opened it up. The actual album itself scared the hell out of me. There's one point before one of the songs where there's kids talking, and it scared me to death. I couldn't get enough of it, and it was a record that I legitimately mean this, Corey. I wore the record out. I played it so much. It's Kiss Alive 2, that Kiss. And the band Kiss. I just love that band, and I know there's a lot of things to be said about them to make fun of them. They did something that literally took something farther than nobody had ever done before. It's just a great gimmick and really, really great catchy songs.
It worked.
It worked. Yeah,
it still does.
And it's your list, Hogs.
That's right,
like
baby.
What you like.
Kiss.
Absolutely. You do you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
My number 6 is the only other band that I have in my top 10 that's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they just recently made it class of 2023. At one point in my life, I would have argued they were my second favorite band of all time, but over the years, it's slid a little bit. But Rage Against the Machine, number 6 for me.
Just barely missed it.
Yeah, that was another one of those.
2 of the best concerts I've ever seen.
The last 3 that I couldn't decide on.
So bummed that COVID took concert number 3 from us. Because remember,
we were all going to
COVID knocked them out, and then they got back on the schedule again for like a year later. And then I forget why they canceled the second time.
Zach's top 10 list.
No, I don't think that's why. I mean, that's a good reason, but not good enough to cancel a tour.
I remember I was actually excited the first one got canceled because I think I was busy somewhere else. When that was going to happen, so I would have been unavailable.
Sure.
Nice little warm place in the desert.
I'm just forgetting why the second one got canceled.
But yeah, I was so disappointed in the second one.
Wait, I don't think it did. I think we were in Las Vegas.
No, it did.
It definitely got canceled again.
I thought we were in Vegas.
I think it was. I must have been band related stuff. Didn't Zach have some health
maybe
thing?
Maybe, yeah.
Either way. All right. So top 5 for all of us now. Saucy, number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5 on my list is the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones are incredible. I listened a lot when I was a kid. I love the Rolling Stones. It's perfect summertime music. I have about 75,000 good songs. Rolling Stones, number 5.
No doubt you are heavily influenced by your dad.
100%.
Which is weird because, again, my dad is not into music, so none of this came from my dad or my mom, right? You can tell you definitely listen to your dad's stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up listening to it.
I felt bad leaving them off my list because I knew you'd have them on there.
Oh, yeah.
So, but they're right up there with me.
One of my favorite albums, front to back, is called That's the Spirit. That is by a band called Bring Me the Horizon. They are my number 5 band on my list. I love them, and Mantra is great. And
2 bands in a row that I know.
There we go.
Look at you.
You're heating up.
My number 5, not surprising, Pearl Jam.
Man.
Yeah,
Forever.
Jam's great.
Yeah.
So glad I got to see them last year. That show was spectacular.
I'll go see them live whenever. Their music never gets old to me. Yeah.
Hell of a show.
Yeah.
My number 5 band was the first headline band I ever saw at an arena, the first real concert I ever went to. From one record, they had Don't Let 'Em Go, Keep on Loving You, and Take It on the Run, plus other songs. If you want to name a band that knows how to write a song that you can sing along to an arena, that is REO Speedwagon, and I love that band.
The Wagon.
Yeah, the Wagon Wheel.
I love that band. I mean,
Always. Thank you again, Mom and Dad.
Heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from another. You've been messing around. I mean, still in the grass, all coiled up and hissing. I mean, the guitar solos, on and on, man. What a great arena rock band.
Yeah, so good. REO Whales.
Probably would have made my top 20.
Couldn't agree more.
My number 5 is a band that's much bigger overseas than they are here. And this is a weird sentence, but this is the truth. I fell in love with them because I had never heard of them. I saw them on, remember Carson Daly had a late night talk show?
Yeah.
Pendulum played Propane Nightmares on Carson Daly's show. And I'm like, what is this? And have loved them ever since. They are fan-freaking-tastic. I saw them open up for Linkin Park at the X, and nobody was there for Pendulum. Like 10 of us were like, yes! and nobody else cared.
Beavis was
Six
Man,
in the dance.
I would love to see Pendulum in Europe where they are a giant deal and they get the big light show and it would be spectacular. And if I'm ever going to do Magic Mushrooms, that would be the show. Pendulum shreds. Such a fun band.
Number 4.
They did kick ass opening for Linkin Park, but again, like almost everybody was just sitting down going like, when is this over?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Sauce.
My number 4 is Tom Petty and
Number
the Heartbreakers and Tom Petty, same thing, right?
Yeah.
Because Tom Petty, Wildflowers is a great album. Learning to Fly is one of my favorite songs of all time. Tom Petty has just been a huge influence on my life. I saw him once. It was awesome at the XL. He's just great. Sucks that he died. He's so many good songs.
And my number 4 artist, I liked them before I saw them live, and then after seeing them live, I fell in love with them, and that would be 5 Seconds of Summer.
Oh, that's the biggest smile yet. Yeah, you couldn't even get through that one.
It's all right. You're a young man.
Every part of that you were proud of, and then you got halfway through the band's name and Summer. Sorry,
but Young Blood is a great song. I mean, there's some mainstream ones that you guys might like.
I always forget, man, you are the exact same age as my son.
Exactly.
Always forget that. It's like, man, that band, holy moly, he loved that band. Loved them.
Yeah, every one of us is sticking mostly to our generations, except for Sauce is going older school, right? He's gonna go in a generation or two before you. The rest of us are hitting our own generation, so can't blame Zach for sticking around his age.
I've got a little bit of the older generation.
A little bit. You went to Seeker.
And I'm going to add to it, and I was waiting for this one to happen, Sauce. At number 4, I also have Tom Petty and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
A+.
Hey, overlap.
One of the, if not the greatest concert I had ever been to in Florida, outdoor amphitheater. It was incredible. Even as a huge fan, you forget how many hits he has.
Oof. Number 4 for me, I could say the same thing. You can't believe how many hits this band had. And specifically from 2 different records. But the career, if you had told anybody that this band was going to be around until a couple of years ago, in 1984, nobody would have believed you. And then they put out Slippery When Wet. And every
Nikki
song.
is so happy right now.
I mean, every song on that record. The first, and you guys can imagine, like, it takes guts to stand up in front of people and talk. Stand up in front of somebody and sing. The first time I ever did that was a Bon Jovi song, Never Say Goodbye, in an audition for a band. I will never forget. I mean, Blood on Blood spoke to me like I can't believe. I mean, I could go on and on. This band meant everything to me for a very long time in my life. And so many times when I'm down, I put on a Bon Jovi record, makes me feel better. So number 4 for me, Bon Jovi.
My number 4 is, and I know Chris doesn't like this, but look, this is just the way it is.
Okay.
I can't stand opening bands. At this point in my life, I'm there to see the headliner. I don't have time to sit through 3 or 4 bands that I'm most likely not going to like. No. But when I was younger, right, I had to be there when the concert started, so I sat through a whole bunch of opening bands that I didn't care for. But the one that the second I saw them, I'm like, what is this? This kind of shreds. It was a white guy with dreads playing bongos, and it was the first show I ever saw 311 play. Incubus was a nobody band at Roy Wilkins Auditorium in 1997, and they were before Sugar Ray. So it was Incubus into Sugar Ray into 311, and Incubus was so good.
You just give away your top 3.
That my buddy Chad bought the merch at the back, right? Went and got the old Incubus CD, and we fell in love with Science. And Science, Make Yourself, and Morning View are 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Those 3 albums are about as good of a career as you can have to start off and just hit home run after home run after home run. Super bummed I don't get to see him at TI in July because I'm going to be out of town. But Incubus, number 4.
Outstanding.
Nice.
So good.
Oh, sorry. Number 3.
Number 3.
My number 3 is, again, not a band. Mine is Van Morrison. I love Van Morrison. Astral Weeks is my favorite album of all time. Every song on it is incredible. Van Morrison has been in my life since my early childhood. I absolutely love Van Morrison. I've seen him a couple times. He's not very good live. He's a crabby old bastard, but his studio albums are outstanding. Van Morrison I listen to all the time.
Yep.
All right, Zach, no matter who this is or what this is, poker face. Don't smile. Embrace it. Be proud of it. It's your list.
You know what,
This is number
Say it like
I will.
you're giving
So,
an address to Congress.
We've done pop, we've done EDM, we've done rock. Time for a little bit of country here. I got to thank Pat Knight here at the station for.
He passed away.
I tried liking this guy. I tried, because all my friends loved him. I listened to the studio versions of the songs, and it didn't click. But on like 3 hours before his show here at Target Center a couple years ago, I got an opportunity to go see Zach Bryan live, and it changed everything. I absolutely fell head over heels for him and his music, and so Zach Bryan is my number 3.
It is tough, though, in the country music world when Zach Bryan and Zach Brown and Luke Bryan and Luke Brown and all these different, you're like, who are these people with the same names?
Yes.
But Zach Bryan, not Zach Brown.
That's correct.
Got it.
Hey, it's Mark Rosen.
Oh, hey. No, it's Mark Parrish. My number 3, similar story to you, Corey. I heard these guys as an opening act with my boys Nickelback for quite a while, actually. I remember the first time seeing them and the guys from Nickelback saying, we are going to keep these guys literally as long as we can because they're going to be huge. I'm going to make Zach really happy here and Shine Down.
Love it.
Shine Down is number 3.
Wow, I listened to it again.
I knew you liked him again. I didn't know you liked him that much.
Again, kind of things changed the last 4 years. There's a lot of songs that they sing that help me get through tough days. So they are absolutely in my top 3.
My number 3, I'll say it like this. And I'll make this quick because we're running out of time. It's widely thought that the Renaissance is when artists discovered perspective in art. And that changed everything because then you could look at a painting and say, that looks like real life. I believe a similar thing happened with music when the Beatles figured out how to write songs. And they're only number 3 for me, but they could be number 1 on anybody's list because of the sheer amount of songs they've got that I love. The Beatles are number 3. I think they changed everything. Something happened in the human brain that changed music.
Undeniably the most important and biggest band of all time.
Correct.
Yeah.
My number 3 is an interesting one because I don't know what he's singing about almost ever because it's all metaphor. And sometimes I don't even know what the lyrics are because sometimes he's screaming them.
Creed.
Deftones. Deftones are one of my wife's favorite bands too, so it always makes it easy when there's an overlap. Shout out to Nordo, Deftones.
Number 2.
Paul Simon is my number 2. I love Paul Simon. Graceland, one of the best albums ever. Paul Simon is incredible.
Simon and Garfunkel too, or just
Both,
Paul Simon?
all of them.
Okay,
Right. Bookends, all of it.
Yep.
I think Pat, last time I want to thank Corey for number 2 because 20
you should thank Dwight.
One Pilots. I probably wouldn't have given him a chance. Corey recommended him, and I love him. Number 2.
But again, the live show changes everything, right?
Yes.
Because I thought they were fine, and then I saw them live, and I go, God dang it. I mean, it's one of the best live shows that exists. They're not in my top 10, but I totally understand why you love that band because they are like electric in person. Yes. So good. Parrish.
My number 2, it was tough to pick in order, but my family said they deserved it for sure. That I listen to number 1 way more now, but number 2 is Nickelback.
Yeah. I'm surprised they weren't number 1.
Same. I would have lost money on that.
All of you guys would be, but it was
Number 2 for me is a gentleman whose songs I love record after record. But the first time I ever had a girlfriend that made me feel like maybe I was special to somebody in the whole wide world that wasn't my mom or dad was Bryan Adams. And I love Bryan Adams.
Yeah.
Just
good
love
choice.
It. Yeah,
Yeah,
just a summer when I was a young man changed my life.
Can't argue that one.
If I could
turn back time.
If I could turn back time and find a way to give this band money, I would because Fair to Midland has 2 of my all-time favorite albums.
Nice.
If you believe the internet, the last time anybody heard from the lead singer, he was literally driving truck and doesn't like to talk about the band because it all fell apart and they basically went bust. But Arrows and Anchors is one of my 10 favorite albums ever. And they've been defunct now for years and it just doesn't matter. They're just fantastic. So check out Fair to Midland if you've never heard of them.
Number 1.
OMC. No, the Dave Matthews Band. Dave Matthews Band changed my life. The first time I heard him was on a City sampler that Kim put together. Yeah. Awesome. Loved it. I've seen them over 50 times. They've changed my life. I love the Dave Matthews Band.
May 15th, 2012, The Myth, Shinedown played, and I had my whole world rocked and fell in love with music all over again. So thank you, Brent and Zach and Barry and Eric.
And Smith and Myers, too. Their stuff, anything, yeah.
So
Pear Bear, number one. Not Nickelback.
Not Nickelback, but probably won't surprise anybody. Again, kind of changed the last few years. Foo Fighters. Just still listen to a ton of their stuff, whether it's a good day or a bad day. Man, they've been through some stuff, and I can feel it in their music.
Man, keeping rock music alive.
Amen.
Number one for me is the band that watching a VCR, VHS tape made me want to be a singer in a tour bus, and I still think of it every time I walk onto a bus. Journey is one of the great bands of my life. Love that band.
Right there with REO Speedwagon there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Journey,
Absolutely.
number one.
Number one.
Would not have guessed that either out of you.
In my life, number one.
Crazy. Yeah, I picked 311. I've seen them 60 plus times. They changed my life as well. Again, almost always whatever you fall in love with in your teenage years is what sticks with you. And I know you've said this a lot in the past, Chris. They've literally been the soundtrack of my life, right?
Yeah.
I remember where I was when albums came out or when I was obsessed with specific songs. I've traveled all over this country seeing the band, so it's made me have a whole bunch of different adventures all over the place, too. 311's the best.
Man.
Shout out to Joe O'Donnell, too.
Yep.
All right. Thanks
Great
to Wolf
uniter.
River Electric, wolfriverelectric.com if you want to get solar panels. That would have been headlines. Thanks to Wolf River Electric. Those guys are the best, too.
Nice job, everybody. Perry, we'll see you on Friday.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys Friday. And yeah, you can see me later on this morning and afternoon and tomorrow night.
Yeah, have fun, buddy.
I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to it. Let's go. Hey,
You too,
Zach.
Zach. Go have fun.
Let's go. Tourney time,
Best time of the year, baby.
Guys from
All
White
right.
Bear love it.
We're back tomorrow, 5:30 to 9, 9 to noon. What's next?
Everybody have a wonderful day.
You too, Abba Dabba. Everybody love each other.
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today and get internet with a price for life. Keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability.